Meanwhile, Senate candidate Andrea LaFlamme says she is getting out of the Democratic race. In a social media post talking about the Democratic convention, she says the process that was decided on, quote, doesn't feel right. LaFlamme explains, in part, inclusivity, one of the core tenets of democracy, doesn't feel fully represented to me or for Maine voters. In light of this, I am going to respectfully withdraw my candidacy at this time.
Maine State Representative Valley Geiger of Rockland announced today she is also stepping back from the Senate race. Geiger says in a statement, quote, I believe I will better serve the movement by continuing to represent my community in the Maine legislature and by throwing my support behind Shenna Bellows for U.S. Senate.